Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Seema and you are watching me on SEEMA'S Academy. In this video, we are going to study the dimensions of business environment, which is another important question from this chapter for 8 marks. Now, the dimensions of business environment, or they are also called as elements of business environment. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಪರಿಸರದ ಆಯಾಮಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಪರಿಸರದ ಅಂಶಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. Basically, there are 5 elements of business environment: economic environment, social environment, political environment, legal environment, and technological environment. So there are 5 environments. Now, firstly, we'll be studying what is economic environment, ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಪರಿಸರ. See, under economic environment, we study about the inflation rates, the changes in the disposable income of the people, stock market, value of rupee, all these which are going to affect the performance of the business. Inflation rates, currently inflation rate is around 3.75% in 2021. It was even more last year in 2020, but now it is 3.75%. Okay, so that is about the inflation. Inflation means what? Inflation means the general rise in prices where the value of rupee comes down. ಹಣದುಬ್ಬರ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ, that is inflation. Now what happens is, ಮೊದಲೆಲ್ಲ when our parents used to go to market with 100 rupees also, they used to come back with loads of bags ಅಲ್ವಾ, ತುಂಬಾ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಇಂದ. But now if you go to a market with 100 rupees, hardly you can get 2 kgs of rice. And even if you go for basmati rice, you can't even get 1 kg of rice. So that is what has happened to the value of rupee. As to the value of rupee has declined so much. Okay, now this is going to affect the performance of the business. Inflation rates galu change ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ that is going to affect the business. Similarly, the disposable income of the people. Disposable income ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, after meeting my basic expenses, ನನ್ನ food, clothing, shelter expenses meet ಆದ ನಂತರ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ಉಳಿದಂತ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಅನ್ನ disposable income ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. Now, if I have a lot of income, if my income is very much, then my disposable income is also more, which means I can spend more. ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಆಗ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕೂಡ improve ಆಗಬಹುದು. If the disposable income of the people is less, then business is going to get affected, because disposable income ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ದ ಕಾರಣ ಜನರು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೆಟ್ಟು ಬೀಳ್ತದೆ. Then stock market conditions are also going to affect the performance of the businesses. If you have learned about Harshad Mehta scam, you have seen that how this person manipulated the stock market for his own selfish needs. If you haven't seen, I think there is a web series on Harshad Mehta on Netflix available, you can watch it. Okay, that is about economic environment and how these economic environment are going to affect the performance of the business. So basically you have to highlight these points: inflation rates, changes in the disposable income of the people, stock markets, value of rupee. The next dimension of business environment is social environment, samajika parisara. Now we know that India is a land of festivals. We have a lot of festivals, we have a lot of cultures, traditions, and so many expectations from the society and many more things here. So all this is going to affect the performance of the business. Now during the time of Deepavalis, we have more demand for diyas, we have more demand for lightings, more demand for sweets. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಗಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಡೀತವೆ ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಮಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಕ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಡೆಕೋರೇಷನ್ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಮಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ವೆಲ್. And during Ramzan or Eid times, there is more demand for dresses. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಶಾಪ್ಸ್ ಗಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ. So every festival has a bearing, has an impact on the business performance. Similarly, talking about the cultures and traditions, today if I go to a village and there nobody wears any western outfits, okay, they are wearing only saris. Women wear only saris in one particular village. ನಾನು ಆ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದು ಶೋರೂಮ್ ಅನ್ನ, ಒಂದು ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಶಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, which is selling only jeans and other western outfits, do you think my business is going to run there? No, ultimately I will have to close down my business because nobody is going to buy from me, because they are adapted to their tradition, their culture of wearing saris and not wearing any western outfits. Hagagi, what social environment teaches you is you have to learn the traditions, cultures of the place where you are going to set up your business. Then only you will be successful in your business. ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಿಲೇಜ್, ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾನು ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಔಟ್ಫಿಟ್ ಗಳ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ there people are not adapted to that culture. They are adapted to the culture of wearing saris. Okay. I think very some years back, there was one MNC company which entered into our country. I don't want to name it, but they started their I think with the chicken and the non-vegetarian items in their menu, but they also included beef content. Okay, and you know that Indiadalli beef is, eating beef, it is a taboo, it is prohibited, it is not acceptable religiously, it is not acceptable. Then what happened, people went in strike, they didn't want the company to exist here, they protested against it. Nantra company en ಮಾಡಿತು, ಅವರ ಮೆನುವನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿತು. Okay, they removed that beef content from their menu and they sticked on only to chicken and certain other only non-veg, those non-veg which are acceptable in India. Now this is why it is very important to learn the social environment of any particular country. Whenever you are going to do business in any particular country, it is first suggested that you learn the social and the cultural environment of the country. Otherwise you will have to face lot of problems in that business. Now talking about the political environment, Rajakiya Parisara, it is highly suggested to learn about the political conditions and stability of the government whenever you do a business in a particular country. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು business ಅನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ it is very important that you study the political conditions. ಅಲ್ಲಿಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಯ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗತಿಗಳು ಏನಿವೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, see I'll tell you, let me give you an example that there is a foreigner. Okay, ಒಬ್ರು foreigner ಇದ್ದಾರೆ and he is coming to India and starting a power project and he is getting complete support from the present government. ನಮ್ಮ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಫಾರಿನರ್ ನ ಪವರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So what happened, this foreigner is doing his business really well in India. Let us assume that after some years that the government is going to change. I am giving you an example. Okay, this is only an example. Let us assume that after some years the government is going to change. Now the new government which is in place is not going to support the this foreigners project. ಓಕೆ, ಹಳೆಯ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಫಾರಿನರ್ ನ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಈಗಿನ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈ ಫಾರಿನರ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. Then what happens? This foreigner is going to face a lot of problems, alva. That is why we say whenever you learn, whenever you start a business, it is very important that you learn the political conditions also. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ CM ಆದಂತ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಇವೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. So you should also check the stability of the government ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. That is also you have to keep into mind these aspects when you learn about the political environment. Legal environment, ಕಾನೂನಾತ್ಮಕ ಪರಿಸರ. You should be also aware of the rules and regulations, the legal environment of the particular country whenever you start a business. These are certain examples of certain laws and certain acts. Companies Act 1956, now there is amended Act Companies Act 2013 ಇದೆ. Then Factories Act 1948 ಇರಬಹುದು, Competition Act 2002, Industrial Disputes Act 1947. There are many other acts. Okay, there are many other legal laws, rules and regulations which is prevailing in the country. So you should be aware of all these laws. Now here in India we have left side driving alva. Now drive ಮಾಡುವಾಗ it is always said that keep left ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ನಾವು ಇದೇ ರೂಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಅ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಅಮೆರಿಕಾ, ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಗುದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಂತರ ಐ ಡಿ ನೋ ದ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. Definitely the cops are going to put you behind the bars and they are not going to give you any excuse, because before you go to any country you should learn their rules and regulations. What is the environment, what is the legal environment there? Okay, so similarly when you set up a business also ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯ legal rules and regulations ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. That is what legal environment tells you. And the businesses should abide to all the laws, rules and regulations of the government. Just like you see this statutory warning here, cigarette smoking is injurious to health. Cigarette packets alli nodlik sigtade. Now this is told by the government that the statutory warning should be printed on the cigarette packets. So all the businesses should follow it promptly. Technological environment. See, you should also be aware of the improvements, the innovations, the new technological developments in the market. Otherwise, ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, you will be remaining outdated. ನೀವು ಯಾವತ್ತು ಹಳೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ and your business is not going to get any success if you are not aware of the changes, the new technology that is available in the market. So, ಹೊಸ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನಗಳನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಕಲಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. This is what told under technological environment.